So my Jotform Conversion Tracker works for almost any website and almost any scenario. But one scenario where you would run into problems is if you have a redirection that redirects away from your website. So if you show a thank you page, so if you do not redirect, then it's gonna work by listening to a message that the Jotform sends us. Also, if you choose to redirect and you redirect back to your website like a thank you page, then it's gonna work, because I have two methods in this setup depending on kind of which version you bought. But here we can add conversion tracking always to your website, and it's gonna work perfectly with duplicate prevention and PII fixes and unwanted referral fixes and everything to make the kind of redirect conversion tracking perfect. So a problem would occur if you, let's say you use Stripe and you redirect your visitors to Stripe after they submit the form. So in this scenario, the conversions would not have enough time to be sent, or they would be sent, but they wouldn't have enough time to reach Google Analytics and Google Ads, etc. So you would probably have this firing status of still running, which means that the tag, fired, but it did not have enough time to actually reach its destination because of a quick redirection. So this is also something that may happen if you use the source code version of the embed and then you have the show thank you page, which is also a redirect away from your website because it will redirect to Jotform, but that is only for this source code version, which is not very common. So usually you don't need to worry about it. But anything like this where you redirect away from your website would not work with this setup. So this would require something custom. For example, so you would use something like this, where you would have your URL, or perhaps something like this, redirect after Jotform tags are sent. So we have the redirection URL, so we would not be adding the redirection, which tag, okay, correct. We would not be adding it here inside Jotform because this is too fast and the tags don't have enough time to be fired or sent. So I would actually use this, and here I would do the redirection with this with a little bit of delay. I think 200 to 300 milliseconds is enough. Save without triggers. Then I would use tag sequencing. So for example, Google Ads tag, something that I'm using, for example. Tag sequencing, so fire a tag after this. So I would here do the redirection tag. So what this means is that we are listening for a message for a successful Jotform submission. Then we will fire our Google Ads and all the other tags, but I just use any of these that I'm actually using. And then after the Jotform Google Ads has fired, I would fire this redirection tag with a little bit of delay just to make sure. So let's try this out. All right, let's see if I can demonstrate with these two windows. So here, this should work, meaning that I will submit the form. The conversion should be fired, and then after a few hundred milliseconds, the redirection tag should redirect us to Stripe. So let's take a look. So yeah, the tags we fired, Google Ads, Google Analytics, etc. And we were redirected after the conversion tags were sent.